And our guest, well, he will just blow your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction...
So he's predicted the lottery.
This week are... Welcome to Apocalypse.
He's convinced a man that the world has come to an end.
State of emergency is in operation.
And he even knew what Matt was thinking. He's the first one to be able to do that ever.
It was a kite.
Well, let's continue the applause and welcome Derren Brown.
Welcome, Derren. Great to see you. So, last time you were here,
Yes.
you asked Matt and you to draw a shape and to stick it in an envelope, and then you correctly predicted that he'd drawn a diamond.
I'm
Because it was
terribly
a kite,
clever.
yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you are terribly clever. So we've been practicing,
Yeah,
all right?
like this.
Before tonight's programme, everybody, we have made a prediction. And it's all based on the colours of the cards that are based down here in front of us. Now, this is a completely random pick. This is live. We haven't done anything.
No, totally not. I was wondering
no,
what it was going to be. But, OK, lovely.
OK,
all right.
all right then.
OK.
What we're going to do, first of all, can we just... actually, if you just sit in there on the green sofa, just relax, and we'll just dim the lights to start with. There we are. And you've got to pick one of these cards at
There
random
you
very
are.
shortly, OK? Just...
And then we want you to relax, so we'll just play some music in. You know, just a bit of music. Just a bit of music.
We are not going to influence you in any way
not at all,
but
no.
if we can have the lights up now, please. As soon as you're ready, all right, you've got the green light, OK?
No pressure.
It's entirely up to you.
So, which colour, Derren, would you like to choose?
Red.
Wow. We actually knew you were going to say that. Yes! Yes! Come on! Woo! There we are. Thank you. And that.
Amazing.
Oh, it worked. Brilliant. Now then, we work with someone... We knew.
You can't believe we've done it. You can't believe it.
I know. But anyway, we work with someone in the BBC who makes predictions for a living. So John Hammond is here to launch a brand new interactive weather website, which went live literally minutes ago, about 3 minutes ago.
John is equally as stunned, by the way. And a little bit earlier, Marty and John went to Peterborough to separate the fog from the fiction. Back from Peterborough. So, John, how easy is it then to insert all of your data and be part of this?
Incredibly easy. That is the beauty of it. bbc.co.uk/weatherwatchers, and in you go. I've done it. You give yourself a nickname. Mine is Status Snow, because my favourite band is Status Quo.
Very good.
And I love the snow. So you can get in there and start looking out of the window. It can be as simple as that. Just look at, if it's cloudy, for example, you can go into the website. We can show you how to do that now. You can just move the pointer down to cloudy or sunny or drizzle or rain.
I see.
And then if you've got a thermometer, you can move the slider to, I don't know, whatever, 13, 14 degrees, and then you can add some comments underneath. It can be as little or as much as you want. That's the beauty of it. Just click it, and then you can actually see your observation there live and compare it with other observations around your region and around the country as well. And we've had those coming in, you know, in the last few minutes as well.
Is this something that you'd be interested in? Would you use this if it was, you know, it's a nowcast, effectively, as opposed to a forecast?
No, I rely on my nan's knees.
Right.
How much they cost.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, actually.
But you're also asking for pictures, John, aren't you? And some people may see their pictures pop up during your weather bulletins.
Yeah, because in certain situations, actually, that sort of granular detail is something that we're we're lacking in the forecasting business. We have satellites and we have radars and we have lots of sophisticated equipment, but actually it's what's happening on a very local scale which can actually make a big impact on our forecast. We've got some examples of photos actually which were taken at 9 o'clock yesterday. This first one is from Holmfirth, quite beautiful there in Yorkshire with the fog in the valley. This is Sandy's Valley, you can see the nickname there. We've got another one which shows the fog, of course, which caused all the problems over the last couple of days. That was taken from Vauxhall, and the last one from Limavady in Northern Ireland. Some beautiful autumn colours there.
Pretty.
So it's the high impact weather really which is going to make a difference, I think, to our forecast, because it's that sort of crowdsourcing of information. A couple of days back, we had the warmest November day on record in West Wales. We happened to have a Met Office site there recording that temperature, but who knows, 5 miles to the east, it could have been even warmer, and we'll never know. And it's this sort of information which hopefully we'll make use of it on a day-to-day basis.
Does it help you predict, or is it more about just...
It's nowcasting.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do away with our computers and our satellites and our radars. Those are indispensable. But if I'm about to go into the weather studio on a cold winter's night and that rain is maybe about to turn to snow, I'll go onto the Weather Watchers website and maybe I'll see, yes, it has just started to turn to snow in Sheffield.
Amazing.
So it's really
Well,
exciting.
thanks to Status Snow.
Status
Love
Snow.
that.
Let's rock.
Thank you,
And
John. Brilliant.
you can also get a BBC Weather Watchers badge, and those are winging their way to BBC local radio stations as I speak. So if you're listening, you can find out how to get one of those.
Well, that was good. It was tremendous.
It took me straight back to that mountain in Utah. A bit ill. But Alan just isn't here to climb. He's also given a series of talks about his life. And for more information, you can have a look at our Facebook page. It's all there.
Now, Derren, thanks ever so much for joining us tonight, because we know you've had a very busy day rehearsing this new show of yours, Miracle.
I have. It was my first rehearsal day today. I had to make sure that I knew all the words. I toured with it earlier this year, and I'm about to start in London. There's been quite a big gap over a few months, so, you know, you worry. I'm opening next week, and you worry that you've forgotten all the words.
So some people will have come and seen you then?
Yes, so I toured with it a few months around the country, and then I've got about 10 weeks in London, and then I'm touring with it again next year as well. It kind of goes into a tour next year.
And we know that lots of secrecy is involved in your shows, but obviously you want to fill the auditorium. So what can you tell people to entice them to come and see this new one then?
Yes, I do ask people to keep the show secret every night, so I have to kind of do the same. But it's a show, there's a lot more philosophy in this one. This is a show that really came from things I wanted to say more than the previous shows. It's based on audience participation, so I throw out frisbees and people come up and join in. There's a sort of a through line, which doesn't really give too much away, but a through line about happiness. I've been writing a book on happiness for years now, it's sort of been going on in the background. And a lot of the ideas that we're fed about how to be happy, you know, setting goals and believing in yourself enough, are actually, I think, not terribly helpful, and they can often just lead to, you know, more anxiety. And so the things I find interesting about happiness are often sort of the opposite of trying to control everything to how you want it, like not trying to control things that are out of your control. Like, you know, you're in control of your thoughts and your actions, everything else you're not in control of, and it's like what other people do and what they think and say. So if you stop trying to control things you're not in control of, and you decide all those things are fine, nothing bad happens, and you just remove a lot of anxiety and frustration from your life. So these are different ideas, a different way of approaching happiness. So a lot of that runs through the show. But the big surprises I can't give away, only because I love that feeling of, you know, people seeing it for the first time and having a real sense of wonder, I hope.
Well, it's been in the news that you've been involved in designing this roller coaster.
It's not a roller coaster.
Oh, hang on.
No, it's an attraction for Thorpe Park. It's been, I've been doing this for 3 years. They came to me and said, would you do something for us?
It's 13 minutes long, isn't it? It's sort of an experience.
Yes, it's an experience, I'd say.
So people go into a
thing. It's very secretive. No, they're being very secretive about it as well. It's their biggest investment to date.
Right.
They've spent more money on this than anything ever, and it's genuinely the first thing of its kind in the world. There's nothing else like this. And I understand from them that it's likely to be the future of what theme park attractions will become. So for me, it's just amazing. What a great thing to be able to do, come up with your own thought
It's
park
brilliant.
attraction.
So you manipulate people's minds, sort of thing, do you, on this ride?
There's a psychological element to it, certainly. But it's a physical thing.
Are you thrown about?
I wouldn't quite. Well, who knows?
Is
We'll have
the
to
queue
come on
going
and
to be
see.
massive because it's
Is the
13?
what?
Is the
Yeah.
queue going to be massive because it's 13 minutes long?
No.
Oh.
We've got all this worked out. We've got all it worked out, so it's just brilliant from the moment you walk in.
Okay.
I'm so excited about it. I think I'm more excited about this than anything
Yeah,
I've ever
yeah.
been excited by.
You must be under an enormous amount of pressure to keep kind of producing the next incredible, amazing thing. Do you feel that, or do you just go back to your Athenian philosophy and just think,
I do.
I'm just going to remain happy?
Well, in a sense, I do. I think because you can fixate a bit too much, either on sort of what the biggest and best thing is going to be, or trying to conquer America, or do those things that are all sort of in the future, or you can be worrying about what you've done in the past. But I've always just been about in the moment, really,
Yeah.
and which is a very Athenian thing. So
Well,
they've always come from a sense of what feels important and what feels worthwhile. So I've never worried too much about bigger and better.
OK, well, if you would like to see Derren in the moment, his new show, Miracle, will start in London on the 11th of November and then travel around the country in 2016.
Yeah, if you need anybody to try it, we're really happy to do that.
I might do that as my finale.
Brilliant.